just not easy to be who we want to be. 'Cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that
We have to listen to our hearts because the ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. It's time for us to create a change, and it's time for us each to open up to a new own. It just does what it wants. And sometimes we have to look at the different things that technology offers us. Offers us an opportunity to broadcast. But other times, it doesn't offer us an opportunity to broadcast. So we have to thank all the technological people who help support the show. Sometimes systems, as they're upgrading these days, they just have a mind of their own. Kind of goes in alignment with what we want to talk about today. Right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, with me, Sarah Spiritual, on the Oldie Station. We want to talk about being that light in the darkness. We want to talk about how we can create new opportunities, how we can transform our lives in the energy of darkness. You can be that beacon of light for someone. You can be that bright star. You can make a difference by being kind to someone. You know, the world is full of so many different things going on, right? We have some horrific things that are happening in the skies, right? We have our airplanes. We have tragedies going on all around the world. We have people at odds. Our own people in this country just not in agreement. And we have a lot of people just very disrupted by everything that's going on, and they don't know how to express themselves and their opinion without getting frustrated. There's a lot of frustration in the world. Have you noticed it? Have you seen that in this energy of light, there's a lot of darkness? Have you seen that darkness seems to impede people's ability to think rationally? And that people really need to be heard because they've been silenced for so long. So many groups of people have been silenced for so long. And for them, they're walking in the darkness. Not any light, nothing to help them feel acknowledged. They're trying to push through. They want to be a voice. And there's others that, when they express their opinion, they just have to be right. They can't hear the other side of the story. So there's a lot of energy clashing. There's a lot of energy creating an imbalance between people. And in a time where people are at odds, how can you, little old you, be that light in the distance, that beacon of light that casts a ray of light through a dark spot in someone's life? I know that many of you are going through your own inner battles. Some are external battles. Some are financial, some are health battles, some are family battles. A lot of people have their swords out these days. But that doesn't mean that you have to be obnoxious and hurtful to other people who have nothing to do with your story. Well, we shouldn't be hurtful and obnoxious to anyone, but especially someone who doesn't mean you any harm. Like the person behind the register who's just ringing up your groceries. I understand you're frustrated that your groceries are costing more, but it's not the fault of the person who's ringing them through the register. So why be in a bad mood? Why let your worry and your fear and your angst and your limitations and your sense of this isn't fair spew onto that person working behind the register? Don't you think that that person gets that from so many people throughout the day? And if there's anything I want you to take away from this show, is that you are an energetic being. And so the energy that you use to think, to speak, to act, that frequency doesn't just stay in your little circle. It expands out. So when you're having a bad day, you can most certainly make others have a bad day. When you spew onto someone your dissatisfaction, well, guess what? You're spewing it onto them. And even if they decide they don't want to pay any mind to you and they don't take it personally, your words, your energy is still going into their frequency, their auric field, their energy field. And they absorb it. And depending on where they are in their spiritual path and who they are they empathic? Do they absorb other people's energy? Do they want to make everyone feel better? They could be just so depleted. And did you ever stop to think that if you have a wound, then somebody else does too? Did you ever stop to think if you get triggered, then somebody else does too? Did you ever stop to think that if you're feeling worried and concerned over the state of the world, someone else is too? And did you ever stop to think that your coping mechanisms may be a little more sturdy and stable than someone else's? Because they have a history of a lot of disappointment, perhaps even trauma. So we have to be this beacon of light, this light that from a distance casts this light through that dark spot. And we have to trust that the universe is going to support us as we do that. Did you know that sometimes you have to put your problems on a shelf and face what's in front of you? And sometimes it's being that kind stranger to someone else. How did I get here? Well, my story always says that if it wasn't for the kindness of strangers, I would not be where I am today. Someone was a beacon of light, a bright light, in a time where I was at a crossroad. I didn't really know what I was going to do. Everything had changed. Everything I thought I knew. And when things get changed abruptly, what we find is we don't know how to handle it. So it can create worry. It can create discontentment, angst, uncertainty. It can create this sense of, I don't know if it's possible. But how do you navigate that? Well, you have to take the moment to understand that anything that you fear at this time most likely isn't going to happen. Most likely is not going to play out in the most feared way. Very rare that our worst nightmare comes to pass. I know some of you think you're living your worst nightmare, but trust me, there's a darker version. But you have the possibility to be the kind stranger to someone. And being a kind stranger to someone doesn't mean that you have to solve their problems, that you have to rescue them. Because ultimately, God has people exactly where they need to be for their spiritual lessons and growth, and it's not your place to pick them up from the muck and carry them through. It's your way to say, look over here, there's some light. Here, let me shine the light so you can put your feet down on the path and get your footing as you move forward to this new opportunity and through this treacherous little period of time, it'll be all right. That's how you can be a light to others. Complimenting people. Letting them know that they look exceptionally well on a particular day. Giving them that confidence to believe in themselves. Just being a good human. And sometimes being a good human asks us to step out of our own story, our own problem, our own discontentment, and put someone else first. Have you ever had a day where you really felt out of sorts and things were just all over the place, and then you left your house, kind of left it all behind? And as you leave it all behind, you think to yourself, I don't feel as bad as I did before. Oh, maybe it was the energy in the house. Maybe, just maybe, it was the energy in me, around me. Maybe it was my thoughts, my words, my feelings. Because now you've got a little pep in your step. And it's easier to be nice to someone. Look around. There's a lot of darkness. I know. Look around. I know not all of you agree on how things should be handled in the world. I know. Look around. You don't understand why your partner acts and behaves the way they do. But you're not walking in their shoes, so how could you know? Look around. Look at yourself. And ask yourself, what's out of sorts with me that's allowing this person to trigger and disrupt me? The people around us can often be a mirror of our own inability to be in our harmony and our joy, thus forcing us to be in that rhythm, to be in that light, to be in that joy, to be in that sense of oneness. It's such a powerful time. And I want you to trust that everything's working out for you, no matter what is going on. I believe that for every dark moment, there's always a plentiful amount of light experiences just waiting for you to direct your attention somewhere else and see that experience. See that frequency. And choose that you have the power. Know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you have the strength. Feel that you are born of the light. And if you're born of the light, then you could never drown in the darkness. Because the light will always keep you afloat. The light will always move you forward. The light will always transcend whatever appears to be out of sorts. We're powerful beings. And with all that's going on in the world, from the seas to the skies, to the countries, to our own backyards, whatever's happening, be the light. Don't throw more fire into the fire. Be the person who helps put the fire out and focuses on the beauty of what's to come. Believe in who you are and trust that everything is happening for a reason. And you can be a light. We welcome you to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation. This is the show where you get to call in at 866-972-7247. This is the show where you get to watch us on Facebook and YouTube and join us for the experience of growth, transformation, connection to the angels, the guides, your loved ones, connection to the answers that you seek that, for the most part, reside within your own soul. And it's just me and Spirit shining a light right in front of you so you could say, oh, yes, just as I thought, that's what I need to do. Thank you. We can't do it for you, but we sure can help you find the way. And if it wasn't for the kindness of a stranger, I wouldn't be here today. So I'm grateful for the opportunity that I get to be the light, I get to assist you, and I get to be that kind stranger to all of you. Even if our paths never cross, and we don't actually meet face to face, even if I'm just the voice through the radio, the voice through your phone, the voice on your Facebook or YouTube feed, there's a power in the energy of light that says we can transcend and we can change, and even if we never meet, we will always be one with the light. I appreciate you all. We welcome your questions on Facebook and YouTube. Call in at 866-972-7247, 866-972-7247. We're going to be answering questions till 9 p.m. So I would love to talk to you. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. Then when we come back, we're jumping on those phone lines. So stay with us. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and that's me, Sarah Spiritual, and we'll be right back.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WFLM 104.7 HD3 Palm Beach Shores, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies Channel.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart, the ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking us to move along, to open up a different way of loving one another. We can't stay the same. We've lost the game of life. We can't run away anymore. The world is changing now.
The world is changing,
We need to
and we need to heed the warning, because it's time to change, and it's time to be of the light and let go of all that heavy stuff, those feelings that weigh you down. And that includes people, places, and things that don't align with you any longer. And step into the light. Be the light in the darkness. There's so much going on in the world, and it's been changing. I was telling one of my clients that before 2020 came, I had such an ominous feeling, and I couldn't shake it. And then, of course, when 2020 came, it kind of all fell into perspective. But I literally felt all the guides, all the angels, and our loved ones just kind of pull back, almost like they're like, uh-oh, these earthlings aren't ready for what's about to go down now. And it just felt the energy was so different. And they being the guides and the angels, have been doing everything they can to support humanity. And you always have to remember that humanity, well, we've got a lot of help. Let me just say that. You know, we think we're on our own, but humanity has quite a bit of help. We're going to go to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. And we're going to go to Oregon. I've got Terry on the line. Terry, how are you tonight? Good to have you, Terry. Can you hear me? Do we have Terry on the board, please? This is just another fun night here. Is Terry on the board? Terry, are you there?
Nope.
We're looking for Terry in Oregon, please. All right. Terry in Oregon, please. Terry, are you with us? All right. We're going to go to the next caller. We're going to go to Macy. Macy is in Jupiter. Macy, how are you? How are you doing, Macy? I think everybody has me on mute somewhere. Macy, are you with us? And the phones are ringing and ringing. Who do we have here on the line with us, please?
My name is Steve.
Hi, Steve. How are you? I don't know how we managed to get you on the line, but thank you so much for joining us here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. So we just have to kind of figure out what happened there. But welcome back, Steve. Good to have you here. And up and away you go. Clean slate year. I think I mentioned that for you, that this year is going to be a grand opening of new beginnings, new opportunities. What is your question for us, Steve?
Yeah, the topic of the show being light, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The last couple of nights, I'm fully aware of what's going on everywhere. And so my little contribution, I just want to know, is the universe seeing it and is the universe feeling it? Because how I can best serve everybody is what I'm doing the last couple of nights.
Sending the energy, correct?
Correct.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's so funny. I hear, I don't know why I have this in my head, but I have Bette Midler's song, "From a Distance, the world looks blue and green, and the snow-capped mountains white." And so you could see from a distance, almost like you could see the energy of everybody on the planet, and you were trying to connect the energy of light and love to everybody, almost as if they were little beings of light, and everything looks so precise and clean in your mind, almost like a vision. Is that true, Steve?
That is absolutely correct. I had a globe in front of me, and I just put my hands out. And you must have been there, because that's what was going on.
I see it, you know, and apparently Bette Midler's with us too, because she's singing in my head. But anyway, that's another thing. But you're doing exactly what you can do. And, you know, it's a great testament to what one person, one little human being can do. If everybody, when they did their prayers at night, or their meditation, or their gratitude, or even when they just jumped into bed and closed their eyes, and before they said to themselves, "Oh, thank goodness the day's over, can't wait to go to sleep," before you got into all that story, whatever you tell yourself at the end of the day, if you could just visualize this whole entire planet and see the images of people and the images of things you've seen throughout the day, be it on the news or somewhere on a Facebook page, and you just see that energy, right? You know, and just focus your energy and just say that you're light and you're love, and that you send light and love out to everyone else. People across the globe would feel you. And if everybody did that before we went to sleep, the world would be a better place. It would be tremendously beautiful. And you, Steve, are doing exactly what everybody needs to do. And you did connect.
Okay.
So if I can see it
Okay.
and they show it to me, then you're absolutely right.
Okay, then I'm doing the right thing. I can live with myself.
Yeah, you didn't shake anybody up, stir them up. You didn't, cause a tsunami somewhere on the other side of the world. You're good.
Okay.
All right,
All right. Well, as
Steve.
long as you confirmed it, I'm going to keep doing it.
Keep doing it. And anyone else who wants to join Steve, go right ahead. Send some love and light. Thank you so much. All right. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 866-972-7247. I would love to see if we can pop on over to Terry in Oregon. I'm hoping we have Terry back on the line now. So let's see if we can pick up Terry on the line. Terry?
Thank God that he didn't answer.
Terry, is that you? Do we have Terry?
Yes. Hello?
Hi, Terry. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to connect with you again today. And
Yes.
I know you try to be a light in the
Yes.
darkness for everyone. I do know that.
I do. I
know.
Yes. I-
So, yes, what is your question?
I wanted to know that I heard I have an inheritance coming to me, and one of my family members is trying to stop that.
Oh,
And this the inheritance is he is dying, which I heard is my father
mm-hmm.
that I've never met. So that's what my question is.
Can I have a birthday for your dad? Do you know that?
I do not.
Okay.
I've never met him, and I don't know who he. But yeah.
But the person who's trying to stop it, they're female. Is that true?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay. I see a female feeling a sense of entitlement and feeling that she needs to control everything and feels that you are not worthy
Yes.
because you were not there.
Yes.
Well, you have the power to contest this will no matter what happens.
How do I do that?
Well, when the will is read after your father passes, then you have to you can contest the will, whatever it says, if it's different than what you're expecting.
How can I find out who my father is? Because I found all this information out from other psychics as well, and I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go from here.
Well, do you have any birth information at all, or?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Well, you would have to trace, maybe with a detective of some type, connections to your mom and see who was around your mom
Okay.
around that time. Talk to people who are still alive, who know things about your mom and who she was with, and you can find your way there.
Okay.
So,
oh
but
my
it's-
gosh. Thank you.
It would be a lot to do, but it's most certainly something you can do.
Right.
But Terry,
Okay.
I wouldn't
Yes.
make myself crazy over this, right? Because if there is
No.
something left,
I'm
if there's-
trying not to.
Yeah, if there's something left to you, then it will find its way to you. If you knew the person's name
Okay.
when they passed, then you could come to an understanding as to what happened in their passing, find out if there's a will, what was in the will. If you are indeed their biological daughter, you prove that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I can't really give any advice like that. But I can
Right.
tell you that you have some recourse. But if you're basing
Okay.
all of this, and I'm going to say this straight up, if you're basing all of this
Yeah.
based on things that we've heard and we don't have a paper trail, it's going to be really challenging to discover all the facts and all the pieces. That's why I said don't make yourself crazy over that. And if there's something that was left to you and then it doesn't get to you, I want you to remember this. God will bring you back that money or that house or that amount of something that is due you through a different way. I had a client that I read, and it was a complicated little story, and a family member took a sum of money. And they actually could because they had access to it and their name was on something, but it really wasn't theirs to take. It belonged to this woman's partner, her husband.
Oh, wow.
And so, but she really, there was not much she could do, really. It was a little too sticky to get involved. And I remember Spirit came and said, don't worry, it'll get paid back. Do you know that she found out later on, took almost a year or something, there was some other policy or some other something, and its face value was $100,000, the same amount that was taken.
Wow.
So when Spirit says it's coming, regardless of the storyline, sometimes we think it has to fit in the box that we're expecting or hoping, and we're
Correct.
chasing it, right? And I always tell people, please don't chase money. Money doesn't like to be chased. Money likes to come to
No,
us.
sure.
Okay? When
Right.
you chase money, it blows
Okay.
away. Right? I always think of those money boxes where people stand in and they turn on the air and you've got to grab as much money as you can, right? And usually they walk
Right.
out and they're like, oh
Yeah.
my God, they pulled $400. But the way they were grabbing, you would think they were coming out with 4,000.
Right.
Okay? So,
Exactly.
and I
Thank you,
definitely would
Sarah.
check. I would just sit and check and see what you can find out on your own and trust. All right, Terry? Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. God bless you, Sarah, as always.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 866-972-7247. We've got to go to Richard. And Richard is in Connecticut. Richard, how are you? Hi, Richard. How are you tonight? Do we have Richard on the line? Hello, Richard? All right. So we're going to go from Richard on the line to Gwen in Connecticut on the line. Remember, if you fall off, then someone else will gladly take your spot. We've got Gwen. Gwen, how are you tonight? Gwen, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Gwen. Thank you so much. Gwen, how are you doing tonight?
Just waiting.
Gwen, are you with us?
Yes.
Okay, Gwen, then you're going to need to step away from everybody in the background so you can ask your question.
I don't have anybody here.
Okay, so shut the noise or the television off in the backgrounds.
I don't have anything going.
Okay. I hear a lot of noise behind you, so. So, Gwen, what is your question for us tonight?
Is my property going to sell?
Is this property that there's a story of we don't quite have the right access to? Is that correct?
It's mine.
But we can't get there, correct? There's a complicated story around your property right now, Gwen?
It's collateral to my soon-to-be ex-husband's loan.
Perfect. So your property is not, I just know that it's complicated, and I know it's not like we put the for sale sign and off we go, because that's what Spirit's showing me. So thank you for that confirmation. So when I look at the property and I look at it selling, I feel as if you're going to have to work really hard to get the price you need to be able to release the house so that you can get your profit and go. So you have to price it correctly and you have to work strategically to get this done. Now, when I look at the house and I look at where it is and I look at the timeline around you and where you are in your journey of your soul, because I have to follow the clues, so to speak, when I see that, they make me aware of this year is the perfect year for you to make a financial transaction starting after your birthday and on throughout the year. So if there was ever a year that we could pull this off and come out ahead financially, this is the year.
Okay.
So focus, make sure you have the right agent helping you with this process, because it's a little tricky from what my spirit guides are showing me, but it's going to be okay. All right, my dear?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Gwen, for your call. We greatly appreciate you. We'll talk again. Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. We just opened up some more phone lines, and I want to talk to you. So we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back to the phone lines, and we'll visit our friends on Facebook and YouTube. So be sure to put your questions in the feed. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and that's me, Sarah Spiritual.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Yes, indeed, things change like water into wine because everything comes when the stars align. Do you know me? I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. We are welcoming your phone calls, and we just can't wait to talk to you. Facebook, YouTube, we're going to be getting to you in just a couple of minutes, but first, I've got to tell you what we've got coming up. At the Expedito Enlightenment Center, live as well as online, I've got a little love class coming up tomorrow night. Do you want to know how to love yourself and put a little love in your heart? We want to put a little love in our heart, don't we? But we want to have that love be just for us sometimes. You need to be able to honor self and love self so that you can be a caring, loving partner, so you can attract the partner in your life you desire, so you can have loving relationships and friendships and connections. You've got the power, and we want to set you free. We want to release you from the things that hold you back, cause insecurities, disruptions. We're going to teach you how to find your journey to self-love, and that's going to open up the law of attraction and all the possibilities that can come as you desire something and how it can manifest quickly. Because when we love ourselves, when we are one with the divine, everything comes together. That class is live tomorrow night, February the 20th at 7:30 p.m. live online and at the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach off of Okeechobee Boulevard. So I'd love to see you there. You can register at sarahspiritual.com. And we have another class coming up March 4th. That class is a really powerful class because it talks about the energetic cords that are tying us to other people and how to spiritually protect yourself. Do you feel as if you're picking up on a lot of other people's energy and you need to release it? Does work drain you energetically, not just mentally, from all the work you do or the concentration or the activities? Well, this is a way to cut off that energy, seal yourself, and move forward, not carrying on anybody else's stuff. Their junk in their trunk, we don't need to put in ours. We need to release and cut the cords of negativity that may be blocking us. So you can visit us at sarahspiritual.com because that class is live online and live at the center on March 4th, 2025. And it's only $16, so go to sarahspiritual.com. We would love to see you there. And we've got another class coming up after that, and that is our forgiveness class. And the forgiveness class is going to be on Tuesday, March 18th, and that class is going to offer you the opportunity to learn how to forgive yourself and others because, well, what happens is we hold on to grudges. So if you're someone who's been holding on to things or you can't let it go, feeling that emotion weighing you down, if you're feeling disrupted, well, this is the time to let it go and forgive yourself first and forgive others. And please remember that forgiveness, it's not for you or them. It is just for you to be free of the storyline. It is to let yourself release it and move forward. Because when we cannot forgive, we are always carrying that weight of that energy with us. We're going to take our callers next on the line at 866-972-7247. And we've got Dwayne in Palm Bay. Dwayne, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Good to have you connected here with us. Is this your first time calling, or have you called us before?
Yeah, I've called before many years ago, but yeah, I just got thought of you today, and then I just looked online. It's like, oh, she's got a live class, so it all worked out. But yeah, I was calling in regards to I'm a trader, and I do a lot of trading online and stocks, and I've just been kind of going through a spell of just like everything going kind of wrong, almost like a self-sabotage, and I'm kind of at the point if I'm, when you're kind of going uphill, if it's something you should just keep going, or is the universe telling me to do something else for now and come back? So it's kind of at a roadblock right now.
You are at a roadblock.
The markets,
and well, there's a lot going on in the markets. You know better than I do, but my guides have been telling me to tell people to be very careful in the markets. We've been saying that off and on last year, but particularly since November of last year to now, we've been instructing people to not take chances. Some of them don't listen to me, but that's okay. You need to be a little careful right about now. It's kind of like there's a shark in the water, but it's not quite up on the sand yet. But don't go in too deep because you could get eaten alive. And so you may be experiencing a little bit of unexpected twists and turns here. It's a little volatile in this energy, right? And that's what Spirit has been telling me about. And I've had many sessions with many people about their different trades. So it is good for you to pull back. It's not for you to walk away, but I feel as if you need to be regenerated, rejuvenated, doing something else first, and then kind of revisit your trading when things settle down, which may not really be done until about November of 2025. So, we're looking at a good 8 months of it's anybody's guess what's going to happen next.
Wow. So you're saying between now and November 2025, it's just going to be rocky.
It's going to be rocky. And particularly through March into May 31st, that time there is just going to kind of set the pace of just how interesting, I don't even want to use the word rocky, how twisty and turny and interesting it can be. And so the market's going to be responding to a lot of things that are going on in the world. And based on that response, it's going to determine how secure companies feel. We're going to see if they're going to move forward on some of their projects that are projected. There's a lot of talk. A lot of these companies are launching new things, particularly in AI and other nuclear powers. There's a lot going on with all of that, but it's not all written in stone, okay? Like everyone's hyped up. Everyone's all hyped up with their Bitcoin. But it's not written in stone. So at any minute, there could be a pullback. So if you're dealing in something that has expiration date, a time limit, I would be careful, right? If you're simply just doing your day trading, then I would look at it and really kind of analyze the market. And sometimes if you say today's not the day, go do something else. It would be better to have the money parked somewhere safe than have you flipping it and then it turns at the last minute. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah, that's what happened with especially with the AI stuff that happened a month ago. I thought this was it, and then it just turned right back around. It's hard to, figure out where it's going. So I would just kind of wasn't sure if this was something I should keep doing, or should I just, like you said, take a break.
Take a break.
I appreciate it.
Yes, a little break will do you well. Tread carefully between now and the end of November of 2025. and that will give us the writing on the wall as to what 2026
Right.
will look like, and then we can kind of come in through there. All right. Well, Dwayne, thank you so much for remembering me. I
All right,
greatly
thank you.
appreciate you. Thank you.
Will do. All right. Take care.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
bye for now. 866-972-7247. Let's visit our friends on Facebook. Let's talk to our friends on YouTube. Let's see what's going on. Share the page, share the light, share it all on Facebook. Let's see who we've got on our Facebook feed or our YouTube feed. Well, we've got Joe Thorne. Joe Thorne is on YouTube, and he says, hey, my mom's birthday is Friday, and she transitioned in 07, and he wants to know if she had any thoughts she wants to share. You know, the one thing that I hear strongly from your mom, Joe, is what a good, she says, brother you are to others in your family. What a strength you've been. And she says, thank you for keeping things the way she likes them done. So I get the sense that your mom was a very proud homemaker, very proud in what she accomplished, had a sense of beauty and pride. And there's a lot of music around your mom. So I get the sense your mom loved music, because wherever she is, there's a lot of music. Like in her little quadrant up in the heavens, there's this vibe of music all around her. So she's surrounded by music. She's surrounded by a lot of love. And be sure to light a candle for your mom on Friday to give her light, and to put a glass of water to help keep her purified and raise her vibration. And be sure to say a prayer for your mom. But mom is very happy, Joe, with what you've accomplished and what you're sustaining and maintaining on her behalf. And I also want you to know that this year for you is a year that you kind of break through. I have to take you back to the energy of 2015 and where you were in 2015 and all that you've gone through in this time. And as you move yourself forward, I want you to realize that there's going to be powerful, positive changes that are going to transcend the energy and make you be in peace, harmony, and financial abundance. So thank you so much, Joe, for your YouTube question. We're going to take another question from our Facebook or YouTube page. And let's see who we've got here for us. We've got a Facebook. We've got Melanie Long. And she says, will I find the right horse to ride soon, or the current horse whose name is Mimosa? Will she ever let me ride her? Because she's at a new home and she's getting herself settled in. So, Melanie, interestingly enough, Mimosa, I think Mimosa's got some whiskey in her, because Mimosa is a little temperamental. And if Mimosa doesn't get her shot of whiskey, she's going to kick you right off. So I don't see Mimosa settling in the very near future. I feel as if, and this is the feeling Spirit gives me, that there's something that is hurting her, bothering her, creating an agitation with her. I'm sure she's been seen by the vet, but I feel like there might be something that we're missing so that she could be relaxed. She seems too agitated to me. Perhaps it's something in her food, her hay. Perhaps it's something in her belly. We want to check. She is not the easiest personality, as you indicated in your message, but I am seeing that she's very fierce, and I feel like she's going to need quite a bit of time. Now, will you find a right horse? There's always another horse for you to ride, and most horses respond well to you. So I do see you riding a horse as we move you forward in the months of April, May, and June. So some other horse will step up in the meantime while we're kind of getting Mimosa a little bit more chilled out, as if she's drinking a mimosa instead of a shot of whiskey or bourbon. All right, Melanie Long, I hope I've been of service to you. Thank you so much for following us on Facebook. We greatly appreciate you. And I do believe you and I are going to be talking for a personal session soon, so I'm sure we'll be able to fill you in on all the details. We have another one on our phone lines here. We've got to go to Wellington. I've got Cheryl on the line. Cheryl, how are you tonight?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to connect with you, Cheryl. And what is your question for us tonight?
So my question is regarding my career and finances and kind of what path to take and will money be coming in.
Okay. Miss Cheryl, your word for this year, especially when we get to your birthday, is power and purpose. You are in the process of discovering your purpose. There is a shift in the work that you do because I feel as if you need to make a change to adapt more creativity in your purpose. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
I also see financial increase, but not if you stay the exact course you're on. We need to make a change. You need to open up more spigots, more flows of energy of abundance that is meant for you so that you can receive more by creating connections with new people, by stepping into your personal power, by advancing your career, by letting go of the parts of your work and career that do not serve you anymore. You've been holding on to some of the same old stories that no longer suit you. Does this make sense to you?
Yes, I was thinking about hiring a web developer to redo both of my websites.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be a good idea?
It would be a good idea, but let's look at, we have two websites. Is there one that would yield us more reward initially first? Should we just do one first and put our intention and attention? Because one of the things that you tend to do, Cheryl, because you can multitask, is you sometimes spread yourself a little too thin. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. So we want you to hone in on what brings us joy, what brings us harmony, what brings us financial abundance, and what you feel will propel you to the next level. That's how we're going to move forward.
Well, both have the potential to bring in money, but I'm not sure which direction to go in. One is real estate, one is jewelry.
Yeah. But real estate has been your tried and true, yes?
That's what's paying the bills kind of
Correct.
right now.
Yeah. And that's what eventually you will let go of. It'll be more supplemental, but we need to build the jewelry. We need to build out the website. We need to build the platform. We need to begin the marketing. We need to build the momentum, target our audience. This is going to take some time. This could take a good part of 2025. So we will not let go. We will just build our real estate in a way that it continues to sustain you without overwhelming you, so you have time to invest in the jewelry without relying on it solely to pay your bills.
Is this the right web developer?
You have someone particular in mind, yes? That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Well, the best way I can answer that question is to have their name, and we can't say that on air, so. I would shop around. I feel like they may charge you more than you need to be charged.
Will money be coming in soon?
We are still working the real estate business. Things have been a little wobbly there of late. Is that also true?
Very much.
Okay. We're working on getting some listings. Is that also true?
Yes.
I see 2 listings coming in the near future. I know listings aren't quite as bountiful as sales, but I do see 2 listings, and then we start from there.
Okay, great.
You are not in the place of power at this moment.
No.
So I want you to step into your power. And I want you to remember, I am the woman who is powerful beyond measure. I am the woman who can accomplish anything. I am the woman who is the force of God in motion. Therefore, everything that is aligned for me comes to me with ease and grace. I'm a magnet for money. I am bountiful. I am plentiful. I am free. I am light and I am love. We have to remember who we are. When I take you back to the energy of 2023 into 4, we'll say 2023 into 4, I just feel that that was a challenging time for you. Like you kind of got knocked off your socks, and we have to put you back together and build you back up. Does this make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So we have to remember that that was then and this is now. And what that did then is shape you to bring you into a new paradigm of a new version of you. So we are not rebuilding. We are redesigning. We are realigning. And we are relying on God to bring forth everything you need. Do not let the powers of the past weigh you down. For some reason, I see cords of the past making you feel like you have to doubt yourself and you don't feel as strong or powerful or successful or capable as you used to. Does that make sense to you?
Very much.
Okay. You are the victor.
And when will things change?
You are the victor, not the victim. As we progress through the year, but remember, I got a new attitude. We need a new attitude. We need to move it forward. And I would love to sit with you one day for personal sessions. Cheryl, I have so much I can share with you. I really feel like we need to take a look at some of the wounds that are weighing you down. And I'd love to encourage you on your jewelry and help cheer you forward.
Thank you very much. We have had a few sessions, but yes, maybe it's time for another.
Probably time for another. That would be great. All right. Thank you so much, and thank you for remembering me. All right. Bye for now.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye. 866-972-7247. I've got to pop off for a commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to come back to your phone calls. So stay with us. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on the Oldies Station. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
We are back here live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. And we are going to go back to the phone lines. And we've got Angie Baby in Naples, Florida. Angie, how are you?
I'm good, Sarah. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Angie, what is your question for us tonight regarding life and love? What's your question?
I have two questions. My first one is, I'm going to be a grandma in July. I was wondering if you could tell what it is. And then my other question is, we had a family member get into some trouble. He was falsely accused, and we're told he's going to be getting out soon. Can you tell a date for that?
Okay. So my spirit guides do not usually tell me what we're having in advance. Very rare that I know that. They kind of don't want to ruin the surprise until it's time. So they don't give up the goods that easily on that. My psychic feeling is, they're like, they don't even want me to say anything. So you got to wait for the surprise there, Angie. They're like, don't do it, Sarah. Don't tell them what you think.
Next Saturday.
So next Saturday
I feel it's a girl.
Yeah. Well, if you were here on my paper,
feel it's a girl.
If you're here on my paper, that would be probably close to what you see written there. Yes, indeed. But, let's let it be a surprise, okay? But,
okay, thank
just
you.
enjoy the surprise. They don't want to ruin the surprise here. But if I was a betting girl, I don't know. But all right, I'm not a betting girl right now because my spirit guides are like, shut up, Sarah Spiritual, please. Now let's get into the person who's got themselves in a tad of trouble. It's a very complicated story. We are in the month of February, and they're supposed to get out in the next few weeks. Is that true?
Me and my sister feel that, but we haven't heard anything to confirm that yet.
I feel somewhere, I don't have an exact date for you, but I feel like it's somewhere after March 24th and by April, this is a window here for us, April, wealth. March 24th to April 12th. That's like their window. Hard to
wow.
predict.
That's kind of what we felt. I got the chills.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's a little bit of the bureaucracy, and there's definitely someone fighting for him not to get out. So we need to pray that Archangel Michael cuts that cord and lets them agree for him to be released around that time, okay?
Okay.
But he didn't have a trial, is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, he's been in there for years, and the prosecutor got arrested recently because he had a lot of false evidence against people, and my uncle's case is one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't see him ever getting a trial. Like, it's like I thought we had the right to a speedy trial. But anyhow, here we are. So I don't see a trial, so thank you for that confirmation. Like, I'm like, how is he in there that long and he didn't have a trial? But yeah. So but there's a lot of paperwork and bureaucracy behind it, but they really don't have a choice but let him out because we can't prove the evidence. So we know that everything will work out in this way, Angie, and we are sorry that this was such an injustice for your uncle. But as you know, I believe God always finds a way to take that very sour experience, that lemon experience, and really make a real great lemonade and bring back opportunities and justice and all the blessings that were meant for your uncle. They'll come back around in a different form, but they will come. All right?
Okay, great.
All right. Well, Angie, we're getting ready to go to commercial. We thank you so much for calling, and I know you always follow the show, and your sister does as well. We appreciate you. We know you've made the trip here to Boca and to the West Palm Beach Center to support us, and we appreciate that, and we remember that. So thank you so much for your support throughout our time, and we send you many blessings, and be the light that you are in the darkness, because I know you're always working towards making people's lives better. So thank you, Angie. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you too, Sarah.
Bye for now. Bye. 866-972-7247. Let's write that number down, because when we come back, we're going to be coming back to our phone lines and answering your questions here on the Oldies Station on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And that's me, Sarah Spiritual. Learn more about me at sarahspiritual.com. For now, we'll take a minute to hear from our sponsors.
World is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WFLM 104.7 HD3 Palm Beach Shores, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies Channel.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost a love for everyone. We have heard.
You're live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. Did you hear the news? We've got a love class, a self-love class coming up tomorrow night live at the center. It's live online. It is available through registering at sarahspiritual.com. You can watch it via Zoom, or you can come to our center in West Palm Beach. The cost of the class is only $16. And we also next month have a class for past lives. So if you thought, I think I've been here before, I think I have deja vu, why does this keep happening? Then you have to come to our past life class, because we're going to teach you how to discover where those memories are coming from and how they play into your experience. So go to sarahspiritual.com. That class is Thursday, March 13th. We would love to have you there. We're going to go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. And we've got Macy, and Macy is in Jupiter. Macy, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to connect with you. Are you ready for a new beginning, a fresh start, a new attitude? Are you ready?
Yes, very much.
We got to clean up in aisle 3, 4, and 5 so we can move you forward, because I feel like you've been picking your way through what feels like a bit of a sticky situation or a bit of a mess. Does that make sense to you, Macy?
Yes.
Now, my dear, what is your question for us?
So my mom is getting surgery in a week, and I'm wondering, is it going to go well? Is she going to, make it through it? How is it looking for her?
When is her birthday?
April 27th, 1986.
Yes. Your mom will be fine.
Is she actually going to get better? Is it going to be a good surgery?
It seems to be a bit of a recovery, though. Is that also true?
Yes.
Right.
It's a big surgery.
It's a big surgery, yeah. Are we doing something on her back, please?
No.
Where is she having surgery?
On her stomach.
Okay.
Her upper stomach.
Her upper stomach? Like a hiatal hernia or something like that, or do you know what it is?
It's a liver cancer and tumors and stuff.
Tumors, okay. Is she having pains in her back? Because her back is really inflamed when I read her energy. Has she been complaining about pains in her back? Okay. Yeah, because that's actually very painful for her right now. They'll remove the tumors. And you can call Archangel Michael. Call Archangel Michael to keep your mom protected during the surgery. He's the angel of protection. Call Archangel Raphael, the angel of healing, to be with your mom. And if you let us know at the radio station what the date is of your mom's surgery, I will be sure to pray for her.
It's February 27th.
Okay. And that's a Thursday, yes? I think so.
Yes.
Okay. Spirit was flipping the calendar. I don't have a calendar handy, but they were flipping the calendar. They're like, it's Thursday, Sarah. You can do it. Okay. So I'll be praying for her, and we will tune into that energy.
Thank you.
And
but
you keep us posted.
She's going to be okay.
Yeah, she is going to be okay.
She's going to be okay. I've been really worried, really worried about it.
I know.
But she's gonna make it to the surgery. And how is the year looking for us financially and mentally?
Well, that's why I said you've been in a bit of a sticky situation, right? I mean, everything just seems pretty challenging
100%,
here.
yeah.
That's why I said that in the beginning. You'll make it through, but right now we can't worry about that. I know we need money for things, but right now we have to focus on healing and removing as many tumors as possible so that her body can heal. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose, and I'm not quite sure of all the procedures they have to do. But when I check with Spirit at this minute in time, it is your mom's time to stay on this planet. So we're going to focus on her health and her healing. All right?
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Keep us posted and give us another call back. All right? Thanks so much.
All right.
All right. Bye for now. Bye. 866-972-7247. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and we are going to go back to our phone lines. We have quite a few callers on hold here, and I've got to go to Tennessee, and I got Janella on the line. Janella, how are you?
Hi, Sarah. So I'm just really here. I've had a reading from you and struggling, and we knew this was going to be a process.
Correct.
But there's many days and nights that really not sure. And I think I need what I really would like, if it's possible, to come through as a message from Spirit, or possibly it might be my mother, because I had a dream about her, and I was exhausted from dealing with what I was dealing with. It was like I was running, and I saw her getting a reading from a medium. Maybe it was you. I couldn't see the face in the dream, but I know it was her. And so I felt like she was trying to come through to tell me that she's probably maybe has a message, and I don't know. Just it was a dream, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all,
but I think
let me interject, because they're starting to talk, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I just need to say what they're giving me, okay? And yes, it is a process, and there's a process of step 1, step 2, step 3, and you're getting ready to prepare for step 2. So everything's in divine order, even though I know it's overwhelming, it feels insurmountable, and you're feeling a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over everything, and I get it. And I most certainly know that there's always a solution, and there's always the perfect time. And when we free you of the things that make you feel stuck, blocked, and almost at times incapacitated, I think that's a fair, easy way to describe it without getting into so much detail. And when I see the energy of your mom, your mom is most certainly, I don't know if I was the one giving her the message, because that's not made clear to me by my spirit guides, but the point is that she was consulting, like the spirit realm is how I see it, which might have been depicted as if she's seeing a person, so that you would get the understanding that she was consulting with the spirit world and the angels to find out, when were you going to be let go? When were you going to be free? When were you going to be released from the afflictions that you're going through? And I feel like your mom was gathering that information so she could be of service to you. Her energy seems as if she wants to comfort you at this time. And she also makes me feel like you were there for her at the end and you helped her. Is that true, please, Janella?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so she wants to do back for you, honey, what you did for her. So know that you're not alone. And that every time you talk, scream out, she's with you. And she's not far.
Yeah.
And you're strong. And you know that crazy saying, it's great. Anyone going through things, we all know we don't like this saying, but that saying of God doesn't give you anything you can't handle, or doesn't allow something to happen that we can't handle. And I know any and all of us who've been in our share of snafus and difficulties and challenges are like, really, God? I'm not liking this, but I know this too shall pass. I know it's going to pass, and that you will find your way. And it will just release, and you can just move on and forget it. And that's really what we want to do. We don't want to hold on to the energy of drudgery, grudges, anger, frustration, hatred, pain. We really want to just trust that it's going to resolve itself, and you're going to be able to sustain yourself in a place of harmony and peace, which is all you want to be, is left alone and in peace. And the guides and the angels are telling me that that is what they are working on having happen for you. I hope that my words have given you comfort and understanding.
Yes. I didn't know if there was a time frame that comes up right now. Would be relieving to my soul, I think, at this point.
Yes. You know, there's your step 2 and your step 3. And so as that unfolds, you know, I don't feel like when we get to the summer, you should not be feeling like you're caught in the binds of hell. Okay? So, so we can do anything for a short period of time. So that doesn't mean it's going to take till then, but I just feel like by then you should be free. So we're going to work on that, and we will take it from there, my dear, all right?
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, Janella, for listening to the show. We greatly appreciate that, and I know we'll be in touch. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Bye. 866-972-7247. We are going to go to Connecticut. I have Richard on the line. Let's see if we can get Richard on the line. We tried to chat with Richard earlier in the show, but that was when things were still being a little wacky. So let's see if we've got Richard. Are you with us?
Yes. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well, Richard.
Can you hear me?
I hear you perfectly. Thank you so much. And we apologize if we had a little snafu there in the beginning, but we're glad to make this connection for you. Richard, up, and away you go. How high can you go? How much money can you make? This is a year for you to kind of step out of your comfort zone, network with people, build connections. And as you build connections, it's going to promise to be a good financial year for you. I feel like we're going to step out in our creativity and really expand. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, I'd love that. Yeah, definitely.
Perfect. Richard, what is your question for us tonight?
So I was just wondering if my mom, who's on the other side, has any messages for me.
So, Richard, you have been doing some journaling or writing. Is that true, please?
Yep.
Okay. Because Mom tells me that you've been very sentimental and in your feelings in some of your writing. Is that also true?
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Mom looks over you when you write. I feel like she encouraged you in your creativity and your uniqueness and your self-expression. Is that true?
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And so she is on the other side continuing that to make sure that you always feel seen, heard, and loved. She's also talking to me about, do you have a ring of your mother's, Richard, please?
I don't have one personally, but I was looking at them the other day with my dad.
Ah, okay. You were looking at her jewelry or her rings and things?
Yes.
Is there one that you felt particularly drawn to? Because she's making me feel like there's a ring that you should have or she would want you to have.
I've been looking for a necklace, actually. I just said it today. I've been looking for a teardrop necklace.
Ah, okay. But did you and your dad talk about maybe you taking one of her rings one day?
No.
She might like that, Richard. So you may want to have a talk with your dad.
Okay.
If there's a ring that she has there that it doesn't have to be the most expensive ring. It's not about that. It's just there's something that your mom always loved to wear that was unique, and it's not a wedding ring. And that ring meant something to her. Seems to look a little clustery to me. So when you're looking again, take a look at that. But when you were with your dad looking at the rings and her other jewelry, she was with you, all right? And that just happened this past weekend, all right? Yes?
100%. She just passed away actually the other day. So I'm writing her eulogy that I have to deliver on Saturday. So I've been working on it as this is all happening.
All right. Now I understand why we're in our feelings. Well, thank you for that clarification. And we're very fortunate that your mom is actually coming through with us at such an early time in the crossing, right? So we must have caught her right before she quite goes to the section where I can't reach them for a while. But she's very much with you, very much participating in the eulogy. Our condolences, Richard. I know this is not an easy time for you, but she's with you. She sends you much love, and the support that she gave you here on earth, she will continue to give you on the other side.
Totally. I believe it with all my heart. Okay. I've just been getting so many signs, and I wanted to call in because I totally have been like in a blur of everything. And I was like, oh my God, Sarah's going live tonight. I wonder if anything comes through. And I really wanted just something as we're going through this time together. So I appreciate it.
My pleasure. And she's a pretty strong woman because normally they don't come through this quickly while they're still in transition. But that shows you how strong she is with you. So know that she sends you much love. Thank you. She'll be with you. All right.
Thank
you. For now.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Much love.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
866-972-7247. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we've got calls all across the nation, and I sure would love to talk to you. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561 682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
And we are back here live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. And we are answering your questions. And we've got to go to Irene, and Irene is in Utah. Irene, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you, Sarah?
I'm doing well. Good to connect with you, Irene. How did you hear about the show?
I watch you a lot on Facebook. Whenever you come on, I love your shows.
Thank you so much. We're so glad to have you here and be a part of our experience. Irene, this is a year of your soul. What do I mean by that? It's the year that your soul tells you which way to go. It's the year that your soul says, does this work for you or not? And if you feel inside it does not, then your soul wants you to choose something that feels better for you. It is really, if we were to say, a year of all about you. It's all about you. But your spiritual journey, Irene, and I feel like you've been opening up more and more to the spiritual world and connections to God and the angels. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
What is your question for me, Irene?
I have a few family members that have left up there, and I need to find out if I have any messages from them. I have one recently that left last year, and I've
Is there a male who's like a brother to you, please? Is there a male who's like a brother to you, please?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. This is the first one who steps forward for you here. And I'm sorry, I had to cut you off because he was just stepping forward. What else were you saying to me, please?
Messages from him.
I thought you were saying...
I'm not quite at ease of how he left.
Mm-hmm. You weren't sure of how he left?
I'm not comfortable the way he left.
Well, he's
I'm
very...
sure how he left. I'm just not close with it.
Yeah, he's very comfortable where he is, though. You need to know that. The minute you connected with me, he came running up like a bull in a china shop. Didn't care what or who he knocked down on the way. He had to make sure that he got up in the front. That's why I was like, I got to cut you off. Brother, there's a brother. He's like a brother to you. Who is this, right? And so he wants you to know he's okay.
Yeah.
He wants you okay, and he had his own unique way of doing things, his own unique way of personality, but he could be intense and a little dramatic in his own way. Yeah. So he wants you to know that he's fine, he's at peace, he's in harmony, and he says he's sorry. Does that make sense to you, honey?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Female energy stands above you. Mom has passed as well. Is this also true?
No.
Female energy stands above you, mother's side of the family, like a mother then, because I have this woman who stands above you. Who is this here? And who's the M connected to the family, please, Irene?
Marianne.
And who is Marianne to you, please?
Sister.
Well, the person on the other side is talking about the letter M, talking about someone whose name begins with the letter M. Does that help you place that person, please? Because they're not identified. See, your brother identified himself, but this woman is not identifying herself except for she's on mom's side of the family. Does that help you connect to her, please?
Yes, Marianne. Yes, Marianne.
Okay, there we go. I see you doing a trip. Is there a trip you want to take, Irene? Is there a trip you need to take? I see a trip.
I need to take, yes.
Okay. Take the trip. That's what they're telling me on the other side. Take the trip. Do the trip. Do what you have to do. All right. I also know that this year is going to definitely be a year of you really healing some of the old pain that you've had built up and also letting it go. We're going to heal on a soul level this year as well. It's a year of a lot of healing for you. And as you move yourself forward in the year, I feel like things are going to balance out for you financially. Things will be in a good place. I also see here that you are the rock in the center of those who are here on earth. Does that make sense to you? Those who are left in your family, you're like the center spoke. And everybody relies on you.
Yes.
And we have to be careful not to deplete your energy, right? Because the wheels on the bus go round and round, but you're like, Lord, I want to stop. So we need to stop and we need to take care of yourself. And it's really time for you to make that movement of self-worth, self-care, and honoring your soul. All right? Glad Marianne was able to give us identifier. Glad your brother stepped up for us. Any other question before we go, please?
Yes, my younger son. He's got a lot of problems going on. Is it going to heal from all that? Is it going to stop? Is it going to get closure on that?
What is his birthday?
It goes on and on.
What is his birthday?
December 1st, 88.
It goes on, and everything he touched turns to curdled milk, no matter which way he goes. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that has been his story since he was like 12.
Yes.
It is part of his soul contract. Will it get better? Yes. But I know this is your son, but I can only say what Spirit says. Sometimes he just doesn't think.
Right.
He doesn't think it through. And he's so stubborn that when he's halfway in and he knows, hey, maybe this isn't a good idea, or maybe this person isn't the right person, maybe he doesn't listen.
He don't.
I know he doesn't.
Not.
He does not.
And
he prides he prides himself on, his integrity and his righteousness, but at the same time, he has his head up as I can't say on the air. So
right.
I do feel that where he is in this journey, to let you know, it's going to take, I know you're not going to like to hear this, but it's like he's got about 2 years of just still sorting things out, because when I go back to 2018, I feel like 2018 was the beginning of a lot of things that happened to him personally, with people. And is there a legal paper connected to him as well, please? Because they're showing me papers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there is.
So it's going to be about 2 years before he's all settled through and everything kind of seems to be like we're on a path of what most people would consider normal. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
So in 2 years, will that legal paper be done with? Will he be done with that?
I don't know what the conditions are going to be, but at least we'll know where we stand. Everything will be at least settled, right? But he'll be emotionally, spiritually in a much better place. If there's a little lag time on that, the results of the paperwork, like a decision or a judgment or something, then at least, he'll know where he stands. Right now, he's in a wobble. And I feel like there's a lot of untruths around him. So I'm not throwing him under the bus and saying he's where he is because he wasn't thinking at all. I just feel like there's a lot of untruths around him, and he didn't do enough to help himself to not even be caught up in all that, is what they tell me. Does that make sense to you, Irene?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
But he'll be in a much better place as we approach 2027. So the best you can do is advise him, pray for him, but know that his soul has its own journey. And this year is about your soul transforming and really stepping into what works for you and makes you feel happy. All right, my dear?
Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate you. Love you.
Thank you. We appreciate you watching the show. Many blessings to you. Bye for now. Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to go to Fort Pierce. We've got Ken on the line. Ken, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing well, Ken. Good to make a connection with you. What is your question for me here tonight?
Well, my daughter, Amanda, has been bugging me to call in and see if there's any messages from her grandparents, my parents,
Yes.
in regards to Lillian or anything in general.
Well, Ken, the first thing I see is I see a man standing above you. Okay, this is father's figure. Does your father have the same name as you, please? Is it the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Because-
Different middle name, but yeah.
So he's standing right above you because he's telling me I have the same name. Okay, so he is with you.
Mm-hmm.
He is most certainly looking after your daughter. She was like his daughter, is how he refers to her. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, unfortunately, I was out of her life for a while, so he kind of filled in.
He filled in, and he tells me he's like her father to her, and he's done everything he can to help her. And now you might have been out of her life, but that doesn't mean she was out of your heart. And now as we move you forward, you most certainly are here to support her and love her and be the role model for your granddaughter as well. And when I move you into the direction of this year, Ken, for you, I want you to know that this year is going to bring you better balance and order and bring you more abundance. So it's going to be a good financial year for you.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, let's go.
I know, I hope so.
It's going to be. It's going to increase. It'll be a better year for you. And you never found the jacket. Is that true?
Yeah, Amanda wanted me to ask, see if that came up. No, we can't seem to find this jacket. We're not sure what it really looks like. I've gone to the laundromat where he left it. They said he picked it up, and it's just kind of been MIA since.
Yeah.
We're not sure what kind of jacket, what it looks like. If it's a bomber coat or if it's got, any kind of fiber coat similar to it or what. We don't know what it looks like, where it is.
Well, it definitely seems like it has some, what looks like patches on it. So it kind of looks like a bomber type, leather bomber kind of looking jacket, but it's got like patches on it or something. That's how
Like
I see
American
it.
flag or something like that?
I believe so, yes.
'Cause I have mine, though. Yeah, because we both had leather coats with American flags on it.
There
I
you
got
go.
mine, but we never ran across his when we cleared out the apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know where it is. It's just totally, completely missing.
Well, clearly somebody took it, but nothing we can do about that. But because he said to me they never found the jacket. That's what they said.
Yeah, nope, not at all. Anything from my mom? She's been gone for 13 years now.
Yeah, she's been gone. She went first, and
Or 11 years.
she's standing in the background. Your grandfather seems to want to run the show, but your mom makes me feel like she tried to hang on and stay as long as she could. Does that make sense to you, please?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she really
Like she was
clunked
sick
again.
for a while, right? Yes. So
Yeah,
she
oh,
wanted
yeah, long time.
wanted to be here with you all for this moment, but she's with you all in spirit. But she's kind of standing behind your grandfather, so he's kind of like running the show up there in front of everyone. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Are they looking on Liliana?
They are. They are very much looking after Liliana, and they are connecting to Amanda to keep things going well for her so that she can, grow up and be the strong woman that she's meant to be. All right, Ken, thank you so much for your call and following up with us. We greatly appreciate it. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for calling. Bye for now. Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to take a brief minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we've got to pop into Boynton Beach. So Boynton Beach, don't go anywhere. And the rest of you, stay with us. We'll be right back.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its story.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
And we are back here live for the closing of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. We still have some callers on the line, so we're going to get right back to the phone lines. We thank those of you who are following us on Facebook and YouTube. Be sure to like the page, follow the page, and visit us on our YouTube page as well. And if you're local in West Palm Beach, we'd love to see you at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. There you'll find an array of spiritual, cultural items that are here to assist you on your metaphysical journey. We've got books, crystals, herbs, oils, candles, fairies, jewelry. We've got it all there. So visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach. Just Google Expedito Enlightenment Center or even Google Sarah Spiritual, and we'll come up right there. We're going to go back to the phone lines. I've got Ginny in Boynton Beach. Ginny, how are you?
Hi, I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Ginny. Good to make this connection with you, and I hope that you are honoring self this year. We've got a lot of people who have to pay attention to themselves and really hold your boundaries, because this year is going to offer you some opportunities to make a change. Sometimes we get a little set in our ways, and they want you to be open to new opportunities and change. You might say, well, it might be a little later in the game. We're not sure we want to change, but the universe is saying be open to that, Ginny. I hope that makes some sense to you. There even is a possibility of making a move in this next 18 months. Is that something you've thought about?
Maybe a move to a new career choice, but not a move physically. I just moved here about a year ago.
That's fine.
To Florida.
So it's a move to a new career choice, because there's a move, okay? And it has to align up with what's going to be best for you. This is the year for you to make the changes that you know you need to change. And you've been feeling the need to make a change. You've been feeling a little bit of, not the satisfaction, a little satisfaction, dissatisfaction, a little stagnation. And so now we're looking for a fresh new attitude. And this is something that can come for you. Ginny, what is your question for me this evening?
Well, currently there's been some layoffs at my company. So I was wondering, is my job secure at this point?
Did they do 2 rounds already of layoffs?
Just one.
Okay,
there's
another round coming.
Okay.
Are you in the administrative function, please?
I'm a consultant.
Consultant, okay. Consultative.
Yes.
So you're not officially really an employee of theirs, is that true?
Yes, I am an employee, yeah.
Okay. But a contractual employee?
But my job title is consultant.
Got it. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that clarification. This year is bringing change. I'm not sure
Okay.
you clear the second round. I'm not sure.
Oh,
I'm getting a
okay.
question mark over your head.
All right.
See, you bring value from what they tell me, and you are the person who's like a bridge between other groups. Does that make sense to you as well?
Yes.
So, you know, when we look at who's necessity and who's not, you're kind of leaning more towards the necessity. But what I see is they're restructuring departments, and that could prove to be tricky for you.
Okay.
So here's the suggestion Spirit has. Write down what the ideal job role would be for you and put it out to the universe and begin to look for something. And then you'll have your feelers out just in case. It's going to be really tricky for your company until June. Once June comes, you should be in the clear. We just got to make it from now to June.
Right. Okay.
All right. And this is not a fear statement, but if something like this were to shift and change, this would be the year that this would do it. And so we want you to...
Yeah, I would like to try something new if that possibility is available.
It's always available. We just need to be the magnet of attraction and believe it's possible. And for you, you're very good at the law of attraction. You're very good at holding positive energy. You're very good at understanding that you are participatory in that which you create in your experience. So focus on that, Ginny, and then everything will come together perfectly.
Okay. And anything on my love life?
Are we open for new adventures in love at this time, please?
Yes.
Are we open enough to wait till the close of the summer for love energy to be stronger around you? That's when I really feel like it becomes more of a palpable experience where we have a better chance of attracting someone who's going to stick.
Okay.
So they tell me later in the year the energy opens up more for that attraction of love. And then by the time we get you to your next birthday, notice how I just keep flipping the years right by you. It's going to be a really good year next year. It's going to be a very powerful year. It's going to have a real good feel to it energetically. The world will still be a little bit on its wobble of kookiness, but you'll be doing good. And I feel like you should have a partner in this time of your birthday next year.
Yay.
Okay.
That's good news.
But you can't be with just anybody, and you know that, and you're looking for someone who's
Yeah.
going to be able to keep up with you, and you know you've got what's important to you, and that's what the universe wants you to follow. What are your desires? And focus in on this, and let go of the things that no longer serve you. Hold the boundaries, right? And if somebody is not matching your energy or meeting you halfway, then you have to let it go.
Okay.
All right, Ginny, thank you so much. How did you hear about the
All right.
show?
I had a reading with you. I heard about you from a friend who had a reading with you. So I had a reading, and I've been to your store, and I bought some things, and
thank
I
you.
live, fairly close by.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for remembering me. I greatly appreciate it. And keep me posted.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. Bye for
Okay,
now.
thanks so
All right.
much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. Write the number down so you have it ready to pick up the phone next week on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. But we've got to go to West Palm Beach. I've got Andrea on the line. Andrea, how are you?
Hey, Sarah. Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to make this connection with you this evening. We have just a couple of minutes. What's your burning question for me tonight?
Actually, I don't have a question. I just want to see what you get from Spirit. Any information for me?
Okay, so let's look at your birthday this year. Your birthday this year gives you an opportunity that will kind of open up a new pathway that kind of clears some old energies, and I take you back into the year of 2015. Was 2015 a time of some shifts and changes for you back then, Andrea?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So we are clearing all that energy out. We're moving you forward. And really, when we put your foot upon your birthday of this year, it is a breath of fresh air. It is like this really new vibration. I feel like the energy becomes very electric. I feel like your words are going to have more power. You're going to be more magnetic in attracting things that you want. I also feel that this year, if there's a desire, a shift, a change for something having to do with work and money, if you're looking to make that change this year would inspire you to do that. There is a powerful tool for you in connecting with your angels, and by connecting with your angels, they're going to guide you in your path of inspiration. Your inspiration is going to lead you to a new purpose and a new passion. Your new purpose and new passion is going to help you lead others and be of service to others and make a difference in a way that's very unique unto you. It's about feeling fulfilled and feeling purposeful and living, besides living to just enjoy life. And I know you've always had intention in everything that you do, but when I look at this year coming up, it's very intentionally planned for you to be purposeful and mindful of all that you do. I get a good vibe for this year. Is there a specific area you wanted to drill into in the next 60 seconds that we have?
What's coming up for me? Court. Do you get a feel how that's going to go?
It's supposed to be a good year for you, honey.
Okay, good.
So we're going to focus
I feel
on
it.
that.
I really do.
Yeah, we're going to focus on that.
Yep,
Remember,
intention.
mindful,
Okay.
intentional, purposeful, good vibes. After your birthday, things really pick up momentum. All right, my dear.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Sarah.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for calling and remembering us. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. I sure want to talk to you next Wednesday night right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Thanks to the Oldies Station. We love hanging out with all of you all across the nation. Good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar. WFLM 104.7 HD3.